Hi guys, I'm back and today I'm going to teach you how to make kettle corn, one of my favorite snacks. First thing you're going to need is a heavy bottomed pot, a big one, so find whatever your largest, thickest bottom pot is in your kitchen that has a lid. Into this pot you're going to pour a high heat oil. Today I'm going to use grapeseed oil. We're going to measure out 3 tablespoons. Heat is medium. And then we're going to measure out 1/2 cup of just popping corn. You don't need anything fancy. All right. Take 3 kernels and throw them in the oil. And then you put your lid on and you wait for those kernels to pop. While we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to fetch my sugar to make it true kettle corn. And give it a little bit of shake. Not strictly necessary. I like using a pot with a see-through lid because it's more exciting that way when you're making popcorn. Otherwise you have to rely on your ears. Popcorn is the kind of thing that I do not recommend walking away from, as it burns easily and it can lead to disaster. While you're waiting for that to pop, you need to get out a large bowl, put your finished popcorn in. Once it gets going, it moves fast, and you'll want a spoon to stir salt into your popcorn and also scoop the last kernels out of the pot. Now we wait. This is the unexciting part, sorry. Once your kernels are popped, you'll know that the oil is the perfect temperature for popping your corn. That's why we wait for those 3 test kernels before we commit with a whole 1/2 cup of corn. I always like to say there's a song for every situation. And right now, definitely the one that's running through my head, the wait is the hardest part. Be patient though, it will happen. While we're waiting for corn to pop, I'll give you a little note about stovetops. If you have an electric coil range like I do, one side of your stovetop will be a high heat, fast boil, which is these front and back burners. Ooh, there was our first kernel.
Oh, no, we missed it.
And then the other side will be your slow burner for like melting butter and chocolate and that kind of thing, so it doesn't burn. For this experiment here, we want to use the fast boil side, or you'll be waiting way longer. One more kernel to go. Come on. Cheer it on. Come on. Do it. There it goes. All right. Here comes for the exciting part. Just gonna throw my corn in there, give it a little bit of a shake, coat it all with oil, and then I'm gonna add approximately 3 tablespoons of sugar to it. This is now 3 tablespoons. Like I said, approximately. And put the lid back on and give it a little shake, and things are already starting to pop in there. You know it's done when it slows down at the rate that it's popping. Don't ever raise the pot above medium heat or you will just end up with burnt corn and burnt sugar. Set off your smoke detector and have a good time with all that. There's certainly no need to stir, as you can see. Alright, now that it's starting to slow down, I'm going to turn the heat off. Oh, a little bit more action happening there. And then pour it immediately into your large bowl that you have on your countertop. And some of these always stick because of the sugar, so you have to scoop them out. And if you want the salt to stick to your kettle corn, you need to put it on while it's hot. I use about a teaspoon for this amount of corn. You can use more or less depending on your preference, or even leave it salt-free if you're watching the sodium in your diet. Here we go. Just toss it, and that's it. Kettle corn. You might want to wait for a moment for it to cool off, eh?